Yeah, because at one point, everybody thought you were going to Kaizer Chiefs.
Yes.
But then all of a sudden, you don't go to Kaizer Chiefs. What actually happened in that whole drama?
A lot has happened, TK.
Yeah.
A lot has happened. Active contract like I fell out 2005 and 6.
Yes.
I fell already. Bobby's approaching me, and I'm so excited. Going to Chiefs, the team that I grew up supporting. One of the biggest brands for South Africa, even in Africa.
Yeah.
So I signed with Chiefs for 3 years, for 2006, 5 and 6 season.
Yeah.
It's about 2009 and 10.
Yeah. So by then, Bobby spoke to you. You've seen the contract you've signed.
I was in Naturena, my man. I signed. We agreed everything.
And you were with your then agent when you went to Naturena?
Yes, I was with my agent.
So you've seen the numbers already?
By then, I gave all right.
Yeah.
From this March to 18,000 to 25.
Yeah.
That's a big money.
And signing on fee also
signing on
is
fees of yours 200, 250, 300. And when you go there, my man, first thing they tell you, hey, you must buy a house. Do you have a house? Yes, I've got a house. Where? It's in Honeydew. Okay, no. But you must get another one. So I was so excited.
Yeah.
A lot of things are going to happen.
Your life will change. And I'm sure you've been to Naturena. The environment is now different to where you are used to playing.
Yes.
And you can see life will be better.
Life will be better. If you can Naturena already, you can get you feel out a monetary class.
Yeah.
About the respect the securities give you, going inside the offices, the groundsmen back cleaner, canteen. So you feel a monetary level.
Yeah.
So you want to, as a player, and if you get to that environment, one thing you don't wanna go back. You just wanna see yourself there and going up.
So now you've signed. Eros says no.
Hey, my man, a backgrounds of arbitration, court, and this and that. The owner was relaxed. He said, I was called by a few players. Already, my man, the boss is saying you are not going in.
And by that time, when you're going to courts and arbitrations, are you now back? Where are you training? Are you training now?
I'm training with Kaizer Chiefs. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm training. Then Eros sent an email to Chiefs that Papi still has a contract. And here was my agent, Kaizer and Bobby. They said, where is your copy? Fetched my copy. I gave them the copy. Okay, this is your copy. The contract is finished. Then what is it? Apparently, there was this guy called Tolani Blosse. He was the kid man back then. I was told after all this happened, what actually happened.
Yeah.
So this guy is Tolani Blosse, the kid man, is sitting with the boss. They're trying to forge my signature. Papi is not going anywhere. They tried. They even bought a king lawyer or a Papi, whatever in the case, you must be on our side.
Yeah.
And Bonaba represented Michael Mayfield, one of the best lawyers.
Yeah.
Now was represented by Langa, of which he was chosen by Bobby. So, I don't have a contract. So, yes, arbitration, the boss is there, representing Arrows on my side, obviously. My lawyer is there, represent the Kaizer Chiefs. So I was told I've got a contract. This is your signature. Hey, my man, it even went to SuperSport where they compare signatures. Hey, people can see there's no way.
This is not
signatures are not the same. And you try convince whichever way, try and sign so that they can see. But this is not my signature.
Yeah. And that time, this contract say you still have 2 more seasons to go.
I still have 2 more seasons with Eros.
Yeah. So at this time, the Eros challenge is you're going to live for free. And are they willing to sell you to Chiefs now? To say, okay, he's got 2 years contract, pay us and get him.
One thing, maybe my former boss, the late Rocky Maka, didn't want Chiefs.
Yeah.
He was a Pirate supporter. So he said, even if Chiefs can offer me $1 million, this guy is not going anywhere.
He was not willing to sell.
He is not going anywhere. He must come here, talk to me when he wants to leave, then I'll release him. but you can't just live like that. They don't know how did I get this guy.
Yeah.
So he just lives for free. A brand like this, never. I'm not releasing.
Yeah.
And by that time, I was still training with Chiefs, Bro Jimmy. In the team, there was a committee. We had the old players. Jimmy Tau, Cyril Zama, Arthur Zodwane, Fabien. So they spoke to Kaizer and they said, hey, my man, we need this guy. Try by all means to get this guy. Because they are seeing, already this guy. No, we need this guy. They tried everything. Already, this guy must not go anywhere. And I'm still training, just waiting for a case again, go to court, come back, go another stage until it came to a point where they say, we are giving you a month, you must be back at Eros.
You must come back.
You must come back, otherwise we're gonna suspend you.
Yeah.
We give you a month, make up your mind that you're an Eros player, you must go back.
Now you decided, let me go back. You go back immediately, or you say, I
went back because I go me a day. ATK. I do like a week. Next week I get scar. So take care of it. I'm going to have a I made him with him. But you have a hundred. Can't you have a poop? You have a tongue. It ever. I won't mind. Any Akala, I'm full Khalil.
Yeah.
I second things so enter the case in Khalil. One thing I must do, I must go back. I stayed there naturally for a week. And I was paid by Chiefs. I had to decide now, what am I doing now? At night, I packed my things, my radio, bags, I drove to Durban. I drove to Durban. I didn't tell Bobby, I didn't tell Scar, I just went back.
Just left then?
I just left then.
Then the next day you pitch for training?
The next day I'm in training.
You don't even go to office?
I don't even go to the office. I'm asking, okay, what time is training? Training at 9, okay. I'll be there. Past 8 hours there.
When you get back, how are you mentally?
Obviously, one disturbed, but I told myself for a attacking part, just go back, play football. There's a lot of time for you to even go to great height. Just go back. Apparently the boss knew how much I was earning, and when I got back, my salary was that level. I was stayed at the best places. I mean, that exclusive play as well.
Also, the money that you were supposed to get at Chiefs, they give it to you.
They gave me an even extra 10,000
on top.
Yes.
And then they get you a different apartment.
A different apartment. Now I'm a big player.
Yeah. So financial wise you've benefited, but playing for a big brand you haven't got that.
Financially benefited only a salary, but there were no signing on fees.
Yeah.
There they were signing on fees. That's the difference.
Yeah. Now fast forward, when you leave Eros, you don't go back to Chiefs, where you wanted to go.
Yeah.
How do you now go to Sundowns? How did they move to Sundowns?
Okay, when I went back, I remember then Alberto Pereira was appointed being a Bafana coach. So it was 2007 and 2008 season, I still remember. He was appointed, so he comes, then we are playing Kosafa, being selected for the national team, Kosafa. Then I played for the national team. After I think 3-4 months, it's a Rose. I played for the national team, selected me. And now even my name is going again on another level. Constantly so, because I told myself, go and play football.
Yeah.
The rest it like gets all.
Yeah.
And I focused, I played. And now Bafana again, I'm back again to the limelight even more now. Because of the national team. We have to prepare for AFCON. After AFCON, obviously, is the World Cup. So after then, 2008-9, no. I've overstayed my place here. And when you go to the national team, assistant is Coach Pito, will tell you, hey, man, you must leave Eros now. Go make money, play somewhere else. Because your name is big now for Eros. Create space for other players and go and compete with the best. So by then, really, I can see my younger brothers coming up in Kanka. Kuboni, Kakiso Dikhacho, they are there. But I feel that I don't belong there anymore. I want another challenge.
Yeah, you've how do I put it? So that stage is no longer at your level.
Yes.
And
yes.
like you said, Coach Peter said to you, go and compete with the best. Because sometimes when you compete with people that you are way ahead, you might not realize how good you are, or you might think you are good and you haven't competed with your peers.
Yes. And by then, they go Bafana. I was competing with Teko. He's one of the best players in South Africa. And not knowing I'm competing, and then now he regards me so high. I don't even know. Now I'm just playing.
Yeah. He regards you. He talks highly of you. He says there is one player who he admires you.
Yes. Based on if you got a Rossi Pirates, it's me and him.
Yes.
In the midfield, the Jafat.
Yeah.
It's Bafana, we are together in Bafana, and I'm playing, he's not playing.
Yeah.
So then he, this guy is on another level.
Yeah.
So if Sekukela Arosi, I spoke to Mato, I spoke to Mango, I said, guys, now I want to leave. And West Part, the limits, I remember I had an ACL injury and I was out for 9 months. When I went back for rehab, I said, hey guys, it's time for me to go to another level, create space for my Shita and not go compete somewhere. And I spoke to them and they understood, right now, you can leave. Then I had to speak to Glenn because I changed agents then. I was represented by Glenn Binky.
Okay. So, but that time, that contract that was active, that prevented you to go into Chiefs.
Yes.
Where is it now? Are you still running on it, or you've extended again, or it's ending?
My man, I just went there. I didn't sign anything when I go back.
Yeah.
I just wanted
you just assume what they are saying you've signed long time ago, the 2 years is still there.
It's still there.
You are playing under that 2 years.
Under that 2 years.
But now when you tell them I want to leave, that 2 years contract is still there, even if you know it's not your signature, or you were just playing now.
My man, I didn't want to care about contract.
Yeah.
Just want to play. Okay, how much are you gonna give? Oh, give you this much, then 5,000. Okay, it's fine. Let me play.
Yeah.
But I still know, okay, by technical contract, but I don't even go back, want to review, want to see it. I'm just playing. I just wanna play.
So now you tell Glenn, I wanna leave.
I told Glenn because I didn't have. I had an agent again, Mike Macap. Because I remember then I was sponsored by Puma and I had. So I said I wanna leave. There were personal things, so I left it about the agent. But now for me going
to
Sundowns.
So when Papa.
Yeah, Papa.
What was the problem?
I can't recall Hanke TK.
Yeah.
But I think in totally sponsor and endorsement.
Because I was about to ask Papi that usually when a player in South Africa is at his peak, endorsement they should come, especially if you've got a good agent.
Yeah.
But I know you had a Puma sponsor at one point.
Yes.
But it seems like those endorsements came with problems now between you and your agent.
I think the problem when I TK it came where I had to leave Arrows, go to Sundowns. That move personally. You know, when you try agent, sometimes it can mess your mind up.
Yeah.
I understand. Yes, Mike Macap. Yes, Jasmine. Yes, Glenn Binky. And by then, Cabo Zondo said, I say, now I will take it to Jasmine Axis. Personally, the move via Sundowns, it was initiated by Jasmine. And it was initiated by Jasmine, but Mike Macap was actually your boy. Puma Valente Gitola then. So he said contract la fail. I remember contract la fail like a sky renew. And then I wanted to leave. So Jasmine was talking to Trot Ghana. And one thing the Jasmine already say about to Royal Sundowns. And now I'm not aware. But people they know more kick off thinking about this guy. He's talking about me moves to Sundowns, but we haven't said the Sundowns to honor Santana Kala. Because I remember we met Litro Tiliana, Kilimate. So their challenge was, how's your injury? No, I'm okay. Test the gladiator in. So already everything is signaling where I'm going to Sundowns. And I'm not certain where am I going. but I just want to move out from Arrows.
Yeah.
So yabantu the guy management jwale so it next you haven't signed anything Sundown kithi wena ngithole Spani then we'll sign nalwe.
Yeah.
So already this is circulating and I'm not sure where it's all. Then I sat at my house trying to think and I'm injured then so but I'll move.
Yeah.
So then I spoke to Glenn Binky then spoke to Ugesh and then the deal was done.
Then you went to Sundowns.
Yes, I went to Sundowns.
Now let's just start back on the issue of sponsor and endorsement. When you are sponsored by brand Puma,
yes,
what do you get besides clothes? You get clothes for free? Is there certain lump sum in terms of cash that they give you, or you just get merchandise at a discounted rate?
Or mine, they are different. Some of the players they give you a half price.
Yeah.
So mine it comes with a package. In a season, you've got this 12,000 that you must use. You take everything for boom. But your money 12,000.
Okay.
But mine didn't have cash.
Yeah.
It was only clothes.
Yes.
The booty, neking cafe. Only clothes. Back counter diaparo.
Okay.
Any Puma shop in South Africa.
So now you going to Sundowns. At that time when you wanted to leave, why you don't tell Chiefs that now Eros can release me? Are you still interested? You never ask them, or at this process when you're looking for a new team, why Chiefs is not featuring?
Hey my man, problem I still have a contract and I know Eros will want a lot of money from Chiefs. And I know Chiefs won't be prepared to challenge. So I thought about Sundowns based on labor that they have got interest on me. Or even when I was at Chiefs, they were still pursuing. Even when I was in Bafana, they were still pursuing. So they are the ones who showed more interest.
Yeah.
I think that's why I chose them. But their Chiefs, I didn't think about it. But my agent by then said, Sundowns are showing a lot of interest on you. So that's how I decided to join Sundowns.
And you know how much you were sold for from Eros to Sundowns?
By then, Mato said to me, hey, MTP doesn't want to pay, but MTP doesn't want to pay.
Yeah.
I said, how much? He said, hey, million. All these years, it's not even, it's more than $1 million.
Yeah.
But however, I told the whole time, man, take it. I just want to leave. And we had a good rapport now.
Yeah.
So it didn't become an issue. So it was him, it was Motepe and Mato communicating on the other side. And I didn't know anything.
Yeah.
So it was only a matter of Trot was telling me, hey, we are sorting everything with Mato and I just focus.
Yeah.
Rabula, Sisni Kotoma, we are starting, we have to do tests and that. But one thing I know is between 1 and 1.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now you're going to the Sundowns that since Motepe took over, it's this team that is paying so well.
Yeah.
Especially to big name players. At that time, you're a big name player.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you get to Sundowns, how big is the contract?
My sign-ons fee were okay.
Yeah.
But the challenge with me going to Sundowns, remember I had an op year 9 months.
Yeah.
So personally for them, they thought they're taking a risk because they don't know what might happen.
Yeah.
Is the injury gonna come up? Adjustment their salary, it was not that much.
Yeah.
But the sign-on fees were okay.
And I also believe the bonuses.
Yeah, bonuses by then you play a game, it was 13,000, you win 30,000. So after that there was a structure. So after you win 3 games, or you must win 3 games, then you get a bonus salary 39,000 after 3 games. And by then we were competing for the league. We were always number 2, for number 1, number 2. So we won games, so bonuses were okay again.
So 3 games can give you a bonus of 39,000.
Yes.
So basically you can live without using your salary at Sundowns.
You can.
True. Now you get to Sundowns. By the time you get there, who's the coach? Is it Stoichkov, or he came a few months after you were there?
When I arrived there, the preseason, it was Stoichkov. Yeah, it was Stoichkov.
Then who are you competing with now for starting 11 on arrival?
when I came there, Tando was wearing number 10 and he was going out for Sundowns. You know, for Sundowns, if we there's this group called Mangaman, Ray. We must look for the team. We are creating space for the players we want for the season. So by then it was Tando, Ngomeni, Ezomyandoro, we've got Surprise Moreri, and Gareth Naka, they signed Matthew Pettison. It was tough.
Yeah.
It was tough. So I was competing with those guys.
But eventually you start playing. Yeah,
when I get there, I was signed to play as a number 10. And when I got there, Stoshkov said, hey, you, my man, can't look there and pass my players like this. You are confusing my players, man.
Yeah.
Hey, this guy doesn't want to play. And that's how I used to play.
Yes.
And it's my first time being coached by a top legend.
Yeah.
And now I had to adjust the way things are being done, because things were on my own.
Yeah, you were in control of the team. The team was around you.
Kabo was giving me the freedom, and Ngoba was giving me a freedom, because they know this guy's got brains, can make the team play. So you don't have to coach him that much. Just give him the structure. He's playing according to the team structure. And by then you meet Stoshkov. Hey, my man, I had to really adjust and say, hey, I'm on another level now. I'm coaching by a big giant from Spain, Barcelona. So it was difficult, but I started playing. In fact, I know Thomas is in me. I was already playing, but then he was playing me on the left, and yes, I'm a number 10.
Yeah.
But he was playing me on the left. I had to adjust after a few games. Then he brought me back to my position.
And then while your team that time under Stoichkov was doing so well, out of the blue, Stoichkov resigned. What happened? And were you guys aware that this coach is about to leave, or is going to leave?
We are not aware. We are not aware. One thing that we wanted was to win the league.
Yeah.
And we were pushing, because we're always number 1, number 2, number 1, competing with Pirates then and Chiefs. But mostly it was Pirates. I think the team that won the league that season was Pirates. So closer to the season, I said, there was issues with Stoshkov and the management. In fact, Stoshkov was always fighting for his players. I don't know him and the management what they were fighting for, and he just decided to resign. And Stoshkov, my man, it's his way or highway. Yeah, that's how he is.
He was not compromising.
No, he was not compromising. He knows I'm a big player from Spain, from Barcelona.
Yeah.
So there's no way, because he always say, hey, these guys, they don't know anything here. They don't know anything.
Yeah.
Mostly was speaking about the supporting staff of the management.
Yeah.
He was fighting about Roti then. But he was always fighting for his players. But then, obviously, on the office, we don't know personally what are they fighting for.
What are they fighting for?
Yes.
But in your eyes, you guys believe this guy is fighting for us, and as a result, he's saving problems with the management.
Yes.
Then he resigned. And you guys, you are in contention for the league.
We are in contention for the league.
Then who takes over after he resigned?
It was Lopez, his assistant. Yes.
Yeah.
And his assistant brought old man from Holland, I forgot his name, to assist him. They kept the physical trainer Miguel and Lopez, and they brought another old man from Holland to assist him.
And I think, if I'm not mistaken, the assistant couldn't talk English.
He could, but not. Yeah, but the physical trainer was the one more talking.
Yeah. So now during coaching, now there is no delay, because he must say and somebody translate and all that.
No, he could speak English, but you have to listen attentively.
Yeah.
So that you could take instructions, implement. But Miguel could easily speak English, and Jesus, they brought another physical trainer, Jesus, could speak English. But you could hear him, because the second crisis, we worked with him for the whole season with Stoshkov. Now he's taking over. The adjustment was not too big for us to adjust to him, because already most of the things, managers to Europe, they just see the assistant managers, of which is assistant coaches there in South Africa.
Yeah.
They are the ones doing most of the job. Them, the head coach is just to foresee, you will take the main sessions or closer to the game, how you want the team to play. But mostly assistants, and physical trainers are the ones doing the job, and head coaches are just foreseeing what everything's going on for them.
Now the season ends, Johan Neeskens comes.
Oh, we finished that season, Lopez.
Yeah.
So closer to that, or the season of which that was my last season for Sundowns, 2012 and 13 season, I remember. Then Johan Neeskens came. Yeah.
But when you got there, you were still there.
I was still there.
And then at that time, I think there were so many players at Sundowns.
Yes.
When he gets there, he does that splitting again.
Yeah, when he got there, I remember Tico was signed when Lopez was the head coach then. A lot of players were signed. A lot of players were signed, and quality players. Shompo, Opelembe was still there. A lot of players were signed. Kaizer was there. Kaizer was there. A lot of players were there.
Yeah.
And Neeskens, I was playing then. And Neeskens came in a season, and by then I think Sundowns decided on that season they want to release me. That's where these two things of two teams splitting, you know, there's 10 players for this season. We're not gonna use, like I said to you before, if they know this season Babaka release, already there was Tico coming in, already in their mind they wanted Tico to replace me, and then I was wearing a number 10, and there's this competition here at Telco, and I was injured. I remember I got injured 3 months out of arthroscope. I was out. So now with my wife, I remember we traveled to go China just in J. We came back that week. The team is playing. But negative, I'm not part of the team. So I was watching the game, and yes, number 10. They was wearing number 10. And I still have a contract, my man, for a season.
Yeah.
Season corner Toma.
But Jesus
They go second to Jesus number 10. He was wearing number 8, and the season starts, he's wearing a number 10. That means I'm no longer a Sundowns player. I'm just having a contract. So when I went back, Surprise phoned me and said, "Hey, are you still with the team or what?" I said, "My man, as far as I know, I'm contracted to Sundowns." But number 10, I don't even know. Didn't they speak to you? Nothing. And as surprised, they had to speak to Toto Bafet. What's happening, guys? Why is Papi's jersey being taken without consulting with him? And I said, Bafet, to speak to them. Started my rehab. I went back, I came back, and when I came back, I was just wearing something out gym, and me, okay, so Moto, we are training the other side, and the main team is training this side. Zippo Jangalala and Jesse Quilliho, they are the ones who are taking care of us on the other side, and it was 10 of us. And by then, Zodwane, Nebasetamsan, just the young boy, just comes in and is training with us there. Took him to my wing.
Welcome.
Welcome. So Jima Patina, but so tall is got to so you must be strong mentally. If Tina says now there will be a time where is but if you are from Zala, you must work hard. So that's how it became.
But the way things are done in football, is it normal, or you guys you are used to how things are done, even if it doesn't look normal?
My man, you must have a thick skin in football. You must be strong mentally, have a big heart, because there are things they're not human. It mustn't be like this. But you know, for the contract, there's nothing you can do. These people are still paying you. Even if you train on the other side, you must train. And I was training, playing practice games. There was a practice game where Jesse Quinn came, and he said, hey, Neeskens, you must bring Papi back. I was watching a friend, my man, you must bring him back. And here was I, Neeskens called me in the office. He said, my man, you must come back. I said, but how can I come back? Because the team doesn't want me. The management doesn't want me. And they spoke to you about my situation that we don't use, but now playing a friendly game, playing so well, now you want me back. How must I adjust mentally? From training there, now I must adjust to come here. If I come, what chase now am I gonna wear? And they say, Zipe spoke to me, he said, hey, my man, please come. I spoke to the coaches. Okay, we're playing a tournament. I was wearing number 21. Playing a tournament, Tico, Steinberg. I was playing and I played so well. And then Zipe was impressed. I played so well. But my mind was no longer there.
Yeah.
My mind was no longer there. I just went to training just to go to training. The drive is no longer there.
Yeah.
I said, man, it's okay. I'll see that side. Yeah, I just want to see myself out. I spoke to the management. I spoke to my agent. I said, my man, even if you can get me a loan for 6 months, go and play. And Clinton wanted me to come to Celtics. Then I forced to say, no, let me leave Sundowns. Because me waking up every day, going there, traumatizes me.
Yeah.
I'd rather be out somewhere where I can just play football and forget. And I think one of the reasons that I decided to retire in football, it's Sundowns.
Yeah.
It's Sundowns. Because after that season, go Celtics. After the last game, I said, no more for me, football.
Yeah.
I don't want to play in football where I'm forcing myself to wake up. This is passion for me. So I just want to enjoy football, wake up happy and go. And after that, I said, no, let me focus on my business. Let me focus on other things. For now, I'm not playing football anymore.
So whatever happened at Sundowns made you to hate the game?
I made me to hate the game, man. It made me to hate the game to that level. Hey, I don't want to see football. Hey, after 4 years or 3, maybe I can consider myself being into football. But for now, let me focus on my family, focus on other things, and leave football.